It's happening,
Nice.
Timmy. We're here.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's good to see you.
Was this the last time we did this in Toronto, this format?
Oh my gosh, it might be. Let's not even date ourselves. It's
Okay,
been
you're
way
right.
too long, but Wonka has brought us back together.
Yes.
The love is still there, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on Wonka, man.
Thank
This
you.
movie so works. I laughed, I cried, I was hungry. It hits all the boxes.
Yeah.
Is that what you were going for?
Absolutely, it's so sweet, and it's just for a little context for anyone watching this. Josh and I just did a screening for 200 kids after school, and I don't think we'll ever get an audience like that ever again.
Oh my God.
Well,
You
yeah,
can't
like you
fake
said,
that enthusiasm. That's-
Exactly. Third graders are bust from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, this is a wild swing for an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like this kind of challenge is huge. Is there a point when you're shooting Wonka where you relax, where you're like, I've got this, or is it kind of constant, like, verging on a panic attack?
The studio is called Leavesden. It's like an hour outside of London. So the shoot, in my memory, is really in two halves. There was like everything we shot before there was a Christmas break, and everything we shot after there was a Christmas break, and that was during COVID Omicron in December.
Right.
Sort of contextualize it. So after that, everything was so shut down in London. There, I found like a wonderful rhythm. There's a hotel near Leavesden, the studio, ironically called the Grove, and there it was like 6-day weeks. So there, I was in like a great rhythm where it just felt like. Just felt like going to work. I guess at the beginning, that pressure felt a little more stifling. Also, we were hanging out talking about Dune. Dune was just coming out.
Right.
So that was where it felt like, oh man, this is a huge task I've taken on and a big character, and I hope this works, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would argue, like, we didn't get a chance to talk for Bones and all, but I think it's a bigger swing to be like full-on musical mode, inheriting Gene Wilder's shoes than playing a cannibal.
Yeah, those were, and I shot these 2.5 months apart, and I so appreciate you saying that because weirdly, those two movies feel like the biggest swings I've taken in my career in very different ways. And one was, like you just said, playing a cannibal, and was somehow like a love story at the same time. And this just felt like, I don't know if it didn't, but it's Paul King. It's all up to the director.
Yeah.
And then
Paddington director knows what he's doing.
knows what he's doing, and somehow makes family movies that are family movies, but as much are excellent.
It's funny, I remember one of our brief conversations, we talked about how in school, you would never get the musical. Like, you always tried to get the musical lead.
Right.
So is this just really expensive therapy? You did it,
exactly.
You got your lead in a Wonka movie. You're Willy
This was
Wonka.
like really cathartic, expensive, time-intensive therapy. Yeah, it was in some way. I mean, this is, without taking anything away from the film or my performance, I think to do it on Broadway, to do it live 8 times a week, that's really another task. I got to do pre-records,
Right.
and I was wonderfully supported. And but it was really humbling, and I've talked about it before, but compared to The King, even, or Dune, or things that were evidently going to be exhausting,
Right.
this was sneakily, really physically challenging.
You just have to be up, right? That's
exactly. You got to be up, and even acting with Kayla or other scenes in the film, acting with children. If you're not on, you can tell basically. So
Yeah.
and thankfully that's all on the cutting room floor. Yeah.
I don't believe there's a tape where you're not on.
Yeah.
But do you feel exposed when you're like singing and you're singing in front of like would you rather sing in front of 200 extras, singing and dancing, or like in a room like an intimate scene with like 3 people in a room?
Both were challenging in their own way, but both sort of equally. I mean, the first couple takes, if you're in a room full of a lot of people, are really thrilling because you feel like you have a new
Like a superpower you can
new
like
superpower
command
you
the
can do.
spell,
Yeah, but then on take 8 or something, then and yeah, people you feel like, oh god, are people getting bored with?
Yeah, see the crew guy like.
Yeah, exactly.
Lunch?
Also, when you do shoot at Leavesden, speaking of the crews are amazing in England, and they're probably the best in the world. But there's so many high quality productions that come through there,
Right.
that you ain't shit, to put it plainly. Like in your production, So, but to that point, yes, if some numbers are supposed to be fantastical, or maybe this is too insider baseball, but that's kind of how that's kind of how it was. And the intimate stuff probably felt more. The best musical theater advice I ever got was just acting on pitch. That's good for any actor or any person that doesn't really consider themselves a singer.
Right.
If you're acting, just acting on pitch. And these songs, this is not like a hard-edged musical. This is more like a movie with songs.
Sure.
And that the songs really only kick in when the acting can no longer accomplish what a song would accomplish, as opposed to really a musical.
Everything's sung through the entire way.
Exactly.
What was your idea of like a musical theater leading man when you were growing up? Like, did you I don't know, I mean, like back, like I'm doing the math, like Was Glee on? Were you like into that stuff?
Interesting.
Were you
I mean, great question.
High School Musical? Was
Yeah,
that
I
on
guess
the
that was
radar?
really what I grew up with.
Like, did you see like Broadway musicals that
Yeah,
really informed
yeah,
you?
because my mom worked for the acting union for Equity, so I saw a lot of great stuff growing up. I mean, Hair comes to mind now.
Yeah.
Gypsy, Billy Elliot.
Okay, so you get this gig. You know what kind of undertaking it's going to be. You have a friend and a resource that knows this stuff pretty well, Zendaya.
Yeah,
Did
absolutely.
you talk to her about it?
Yeah, I did because of The Greatest Showman, and which she had a great experience on. Also, Rebecca Ferguson is in The Greatest Showman, and just about fully throwing yourself into a project of a certain tone. That tone just being very generous and heartfelt, and yeah, weirdly like Bones and all, and they're all, even if it's a cannibal movie, there's like a very grounded quality to it. I guess that's the conceit almost. Or even Dune, that takes place 8,000 years in the future, but the acting or
that's why it works.
The humanism is whatever is natural.
Like, is the secret sauce just commitment? Just
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Just, you can't do this half-assed. You can't do 60%.
Absolutely. That's where I felt like back to the drawing board, like in Harry Schiffman, my high school teacher, kind of in my ear, if I wasn't committed in a scene, or if he felt like I was trying to wink my way through it or something, for lack of a better expression, and then he would come down hard on me. So that was the same thing here. Like, that's my point about, you know, acting with Kayla or with kids. If you're not fully committed, that's what was even great about the screening we just did. I don't know, it's like, you know, how pompous or arrogant to think otherwise, as far as like, if you're not fully committed, then why should anybody even, you know? But that I don't want to rain on my parade either in that way. I feel like I was pretty quickly in that, but it was surreal because my lessons starting with Homeland and then on Interstellar in the last 10 years of my career have all been about trying to find the seriousness in a moment.
Right.
You gotta tell me if any of this is like too boring or too detailed.
No, never.
But also like, I was really prideful when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21 that I never wanted to feel like you could see how thrilled I was to be in something on screen, because no one in real life, like on Interstellar, if you were living on a farm in a dystopian sort of future.
It would take you out of if Timmy's like grinning in the corner in this dystopian landscape.
Exactly. So even if
I'm in a Chris Nolan movie.
Exactly. So there was sort of like, you know, and I was proud that I feel like that doesn't come. Even the scene where Matthew McConaughey says goodbye in Interstellar, and I feel like that's I'm proud of that. And here was the inverse, where I could sort of free up and be as thrilled as a young man would be playing Willy Wonka, or how Willy Wonka would be feeling in these scenes. But that wasn't evident. It was really it was like
against
learning,
all these instincts that you've like been like bringing up.
It was strange at first.
Now you were almost, it sounds like, in a musical recently. Greta wanted you and Saoirse to pop up in Barbie.
Yes,
it sounds like.
That's true.
So, do you know what you were going to play? Like, did she have a specific role?
I think it was one of these rejected Kens or Barbies. Yeah, but I'm not sure, you know. And then when I saw Saoirse, like there was one more scene of shooting Willy Wonka, and she was shooting the Steve McQueen movie, and I saw her and I said, "Did you shoot the Barbie camera?" She said, "No," and I thought, "Oh, thank God."
It's not just me.
I would have been so jealous. Yeah, I think it's a rule for Saoirse now. You can't.
Right, obviously, you're a package deal at this point in Greta's movies.
Exactly. We got to coordinate. We got to move in unison.
So
like
in line, Witch in the Wardrobe, like you'll be the lion, she'll be the witch, or, you'll be the wardrobe.
Yeah, I'll be the wardrobe.
The acting performance of a lifetime. Timothée Chalamet is
stiff as hell,
but that's what it calls for.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to, you know, knowing Greta, she'll
kill it.
She'll cook something up that no one sees coming.
So Barbie 2, obviously. Which Ken are you gonna play?
Oh my God, I don't know. What was the Michael Cera Ken called?
It was Alan.
Alan.
There's only one Alan.
There's only one Alan. Yeah. Oh my God, it's blasphemous to even go near it. Yeah.
So this is gonna, I mean, I think people already want to see you on stage. You almost did some stage a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Does this kind of ignite the fire again? I mean, look, you're so busy. You have so many great opportunities in film.
Definitely.
And would it be musical? What are you looking for?
No, I
for
honestly
stage?
think a musical is so challenging, and that's sort of like, we had to put like the decathlon or something for acting.
You got to build up to that. You got to get there, but not quite yet.
I think there are people that like like Andrew Rannells and that are really like masters of that. But I would love to do a play. You know, I started in theater here, not to bore everyone, but I was supposed to do 4,000 Miles in London, and then COVID hit. So I would love to find something. I would love to find something that Amy Herzog, the playwright that wrote 4,000 Miles. So nice. I don't know what that would be. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of music, bring me up to speed on your playlist right now. What's
the playlist right now is well, my buddy Dom. I don't know if he's in the room, but he's been catching me up on some old Common, some original Common. Besides that, a lot of Pink Floyd, and what else?
Were you already a Boy Genius fan prior to SNL?
Honestly, I was a Phoebe Bridgers fan, but I didn't know any Boy Genius stuff. But now I'm really like, now I'm in it.
Yeah.
They were amazing on SNL.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
So what, Spotify top of the list, what would have come up for 2023? What was your most played artist?
My most played artist this year might have been Bob Dylan, not to be on cue, but actually I got from Jeff Rosen, from his manager. This might earn the ire and wrath of a lot of Bob fans, rightfully, but I got he sent me like a 12-hour playlist of unreleased Bob stuff from like 1959 to 64. A lot of it which is online, like the Minnesota tapes, some really, really early stuff. But some of it I can't find online. I feel like I'm holding on to gold or something. Yeah. Some of it I love to sneak in the movie, but I don't know how.
Now, have you? Because I've talked to James Mangold about this.
Yeah.
This has been long in the making.
Yeah.
I know he's shown the script to Bob.
Yeah.
Have you sung for Bob?
No, I haven't. I just saw him live at King's Theater about a month ago. No, there's some rumor that he would come and listen to the music, but you know, I would love to meet him now. But my feeling for the last 4 years has been, you know, God forbid I met him and he was like, no, and then all this hard work would go down the drain. Yeah, yeah. That's honestly my fear. Maybe even watching this.
No, he won't.
You never know.
He's a big fan of my work on MTV.
Really?
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah. You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
He's unpredictable.
He's super well read, yeah, and well seen.
So have you sung though? Have you pre-recorded?
Oh yeah, I'm 70%. You know, when the strike hit, whatever that was, July 11th. That was 70. I think I have 2 or 3 more songs to do. And
oh my God.
Yeah, it's been a great rhythm with Nick Baxter, who's the musical supervisor on that. And I drive to a sort of a little studio that's totally off the map in Burbank, and
what an
just meet
experience.
him.
Must
Yeah, it's
be wild.
great.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it all sorts of different ways. We'll do things that don't really have the reference tracks. We'll do some that are mimicking exactly.
Yeah.
But because I have that, you know, golden
secret
playlist,
list.
yeah, I'll be like, well, he did it actually this way on this take. And then Nick will go, well, I don't have, you know, that reference.
On the music front, one other question. Best concert experience of 2023? What sticks
I don't know
out?
if I went to any concerts. 2023.
You went to Beyonce.
God.
I
I went
that
to
is documented.
yes. That was great. That was great. Hard to be present.
What's your concert vibe? Are you singing along? Are you mouthing the words? Are you
Yeah,
playing it cool?
that Beyonce show, I was actually surprised. I'm not like Beehive level, but I thought I knew. I thought I knew way more. But I guess I know some of the more basic hits. Like she didn't do Halo. She didn't do Single Ladies. You know.
You're screaming, "Come on,
Single
Single Ladies!"
Can you imagine?
Is that Timothy Chalamet screaming that?
Do Single Ladies! Do Halo! I do love Halo though. Halo was a great moody 12-year-old head against the bus song. Bus window. I didn't see anybody else by Boy Genius.
There you
that
go.
was it.
Got to get out more. You're working too much.
No, I saw Songbook. That was amazing.
Amazing?
That was amazing. You know, he's sort of like, he puts out an album like every 6 years or something. He did a song for Beautiful Boy. That was my only way of knowing him. So that was amazing. This new album's incredible. It's so cool when you see a performer that feels reluctant to be.
you gravitate towards that? You're like...
Well, it's just so fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a musical theater whore. So,
where's the microphone?
Yeah, where's the mic? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
We have to talk about Dune for a second.
Yeah.
You know I have to bring up Dune.
Yeah.
Okay. This looks epic. The first one was epic, but look, we're trading out some amazing actors. We're gonna miss Momoa, but we got Florence
But
Pugh.
Momoa will be back.
Momoa's gonna be back?
Well, not in this one, but
Messiah?
Have you read the books?
I haven't read Messiah. I read the first
no spoilers,
one.
No spoilers.
Okay. Well, I think we just spoiled.
I know it's so weird because they're so secretive about the script and about the trailer and everything.
The books are out there, so.
Well, they've been out there for 70 years, you know, so it's like
70-year-old spoiler alert.
Yeah, exactly.
But this time around, we have Florence Pugh. We have Austin Butler walking. I mean, get going, walking.
Yeah, walking, Lea Seydoux.
Is the vibe different though? Because you have a younger group kind of to hang with this time around, I would imagine.
Totally. And you know, in the first one, Zendaya worked, you know, I think it was 10 days or something. Obviously on the press tour, we got to hang out a lot. But it was amazing, you know, and Florence and Austin just came in totally kicking ass. I mean, Austin was kicking ass on the cast Zoom, like the table read. And I don't want to give anything away, but just what he was doing was so evident. And that's a real trick to be able to act on Zoom, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. So, but the
vibe between you guys, I mean,
it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. It felt like everybody's game had, you know, stepped up, and it was so. Yeah, I remember the first day I visited, it was like, you know, they were doing like a push-in shot of a Harkonnen with a mask, and it was like a very slow push-in, and there's a film effect on it I don't want to give away, and Harkonnen turns around and kind of mumbles something, and he's like, cut! And everyone was like, wow. Anyway, it was just so funny because I was coming from Wonka, and I thought, oh, wow, you know, this is
different.
This is like way different, you know. Yeah.
I mean, it's a treat to see, like, because like you've worked with a lot of, you know, older or younger actors, but like to work opposite contemporaries in their prime.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
to see you and Austin, like, peak of your powers,
Yeah,
going at it
exactly.
is going to be,
No, it was
that's
awesome.
like heat level, like,
It was
for
awesome.
a younger generation.
Totally. You said heat level?
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is like Zendaya, Florence, Austin, and I feel like we're the tamest bunch. You know, no one's partying. Like,
Let's study the script tonight. Let's just
sort
let's read.
of. Yeah, even just now in Brazil, I think we have the one night and Momoa's there with Aquaman. He's
Oh, he's going
partying,
crazy, yeah.
and Austin's having tea. You know, it's like, yeah, this is not heat. Yeah.
What's the next achievement to unlock? Because it feels like that's like what our conversations have been the last 5 years. It's like, you know, another Luca work, playing accountable. It's leading like an army and becoming like the guy in a saga like Dune with Denis. Now this musical on film. Does it feel like there are specific achievements you're trying to like?
No,
tackle?
I have no clue. But what was great with Wonka though, and I don't want to speak too soon, but it seems like it's going great.
Yeah.
And like it seems like people are responding to the movie very well. But that felt like definitely like you know, whatever, its own tone and new thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what would be as, I don't know. I always love challenging and pushing the bar and sort of trying to do the unexpected, but if the unexpected becomes expected, then what do you actually do? So it might be, I don't know, maybe it's something else with Luca. I got two great things. One's the Dylan project, another one's, I can't say, but that's in the 8-month stretch ahead. But they're,
Give me a hint. Give me something.
well, I've said it's ping pong, I could say that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The Balls of Fury reboot? What
No,
we do?
no. Something way different, way different.
Ping pong. Okay, there's our hint of the day.
Yeah, yes.
Are you and Tom Cruise still emailing back and
No, I
forth?
ran into him at a restaurant in London a month ago, and
The Olive Garden, you're just like, oh, look, it's Tom Cruise. Like,
yeah, it was. Do they have Olive Garden? Maybe.
I don't know.
But it was actually surreal. My buddy Dom was right. We were sitting together, and it was funny. It was humbling because it's like, oh, now a real real actor
Please.
is like, and no, because you see, he just kind of floated around the restaurant and shaking everyone's hands. And I was like, oh, what do I do? And this is about me. No, and it's, you know, and but he was so stoked on Dune 2 and just like so encouraging, and he's really like, I mean, he's been crushing it for 40 years, you know.
Working with the best directors.
Working with the best,
just
I mean,
every,
probably Stanley Kubrick, PTA.
Yeah, that was the
That
smart.
would be cool. If I could sneak into PTA, I mean, beyond cool, that would be the highest honor.
Yeah, PTA. Quentin's only got one left.
Quentin's got one left. That'd be great. I mean, but these guys are, you know, they're impossible to put yourself forth.
Right, they either
to.
come to you or
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
it's-
I knocked out the Scorsese.
That's
you
right.
know,
Well, that's not, you didn't knock it out.
No.
That's an amuse bouche. You got to do the real.
Yeah, I know. But
More to come.
Yeah.
You need to knock Leo out. Leo, you've had your time with Marty. Come on, make some
No,
room.
my God, can you imagine? I thought you were gonna say the Leo Project. Don't Look Up. That was that.
Oh, that's true.
That was that.
Last thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so we get a Wonka song nominated. Are you up for the challenge of performing on an
my
Oscar
God,
stage?
Yes. Wow, that would be something else. That would be a show backstage. Yeah.
Oh, backstage.
Yeah.
Once you're on stage, you're
Once
fine.
yeah.
Just sweating
It'd be
bullets.
great. It'd be great. The Oscars, it's a tough audience though. Like even when I went out and presented with Natalie Portman.
So that kind of thing makes you nervous. Being on a stage.
No, it was
being
fine.
in
But
a-
actually, when you look out, you realize, oh, it's not like a tentative.
No.
No, everyone's kind of like, how am I?
They're all nervous. They're
Yeah,
all-
exactly.
yeah.
So you actually realize maybe 80% of people aren't looking at you. You know,
Right.
It's a tough crowd.
Tough room.
That's a tough crowd. That's a tough room.
Willy Wonka can win
Yeah.
them over.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, it would be great to do a world of your own or something, but let's see. It's tough because those musical. Yeah, remember Sofyan did it for Call Me by Your Name, and
Right.
those musical numbers tend to be amazing, you know. But anyway, tough crowd.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Well, after the 300 kids, that's the easy one.
We
They
need
were
that
you
crowd.
had the meeting out of the palm of your
We
hand.
need that crowd. Yeah.
Buddy, it's been too long. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
this. The good news is Dune 2 is around the corner, so we'll
Yes.
hopefully chat again very soon.
in a longer format or something.
Would love
Please.
that. Congratulations.
Thank
Truly,
you.
This is a hell
Thank
of an
you.
achievement.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.